Okay. Because the DIY roast challenge took me all day, you're getting me at my very best right now. That's right. I've never roasted coffee at home before.
It's time to turn up the heat. The DIY Roast Challenge is back! And the rules are simple. No baking, no scorching, no setting yourself, your pet, or your house on fire. All they have to do is roast at least 30 grams of coffee in a homemade, self-built DIY roaster. And what are they roasting? Well, they've all received a delicious Wash Kenyan from the Kiamugwamo factory, all thanks to our friends at Cafe Imports. Thanks, guys. And this week's guest judge is an award-winning roaster. Legend has it, he can hear first crack in his sleep.
What's up, everyone? I'm Lynn Butler. I'm the 2016 United States Barista Champion and co-founder of Black and White Coffee Roasters.
Going into this challenge, even though I have roasted twice, I know very little about roasting. The coffee gets hot and then it's brown. That's pretty much how much I knew.
Lynn Butler, you're fine if you put a little more roast on that baby.
Right. I'm just like, I love him and I love Black and White, and I'm just like, oh man, knowing now who it is, I'm just like, oh.
Well, and he grew up in the era of second crack. Like he has an appreciation for that.
Okay.
I've roasted coffee before. I used to work as an assistant roaster.
The concern I have is like everything in this roasting, because I'm a barista, I don't do roasting for myself.
I have never built a roaster. This is super exciting. This might be the most excited I am, but I don't have any tools, so I gotta go shopping.
I was really excited about making a drum roaster, but I went to Austin Pets Alive thrift store and guess what I found first try? A popcorn popper! If a popcorn popper magically shows up, then you're meant to roast coffee with a popcorn popper. That's just what I believe. Oh! Oh my gosh. Some of them are really dark. Why did that happen?
What's important in my coffee roasting machine is there is a paddler. And usually in coffee roasting, they have a paddler to make an even heat, even energy into that coffee bean. So if you push that wall towards the other side, that means you create more space. There will be a slight difference of temperature between if you pull and push. I'll use a tin for my main part, the roasting. And I have this wine stand. So basically I'm gonna fit this into it. And so I can spin around, give a even heat to the coffee.
Okay, so this is my roaster. I worked on it all night and I think that it's finally done. And let me walk you through it just a little bit really quick. So it's just a pot that I have drilled holes into and clasped the lid shut with binder clips onto a rod. So if I take the binder clips off, you can see the inside has these fins that are gonna keep the coffee moving around in a circle to avoid them scorching or burning on one side of the bean. I used the top of the lid of the pot to turn into like a handle to spin it. And I'm gonna take it and it goes over the grill and then you can spin it because it sits into these slots. So when you're done, you're gonna pop the roaster off, and then this part goes up here. And right above this basket that is gonna be over this fan to cool down the coffee when it's done, we're gonna pop the clasp off, turn it, pop the clasp off, and see it opens up and it'll cascade the coffee into the colander, and then the fan will cool it off and we'll be shaking it. And then we get to send the coffee to you, Mr. Lynn Butler.
Okay, my first couple ideas did not work out. So now I'm gonna try to get a little bit simpler. I'm pretty sad about the popcorn popper. That's $3 I'll never get back. And that's something I had to do so I could learn. So I could remember the golden rule, which is keep it simple, stupid. Just keep it simple. So I have this tea strainer and I have hammered a tiny hole in the bottom, and I have this metal rod that I found, and the idea is that I'm going to run a wire through the hole, and then I'm going to hold it above my gas stove and just rotate. The wire is, or the spoke is too long. Okay. Fuck the rod, we don't need the rod. And then we'll do this, I think. No!
I think the roasting really went well. It's just this one thing that I might be concerned is the lid was really stuck because the aluminum foil melted, and it really took time to open it and put my green beans inside.
The entire grill is at 400 degrees. It's kind of an ideal place to be, and then we want to develop it after we hear the first crack. It's working.
Okay, it seems as though I have given myself a bit too much wiggle room with this amount of wire. I am not an engineer. You know what, I do have this rod. I have this rod that's from the popcorn popper. Okay, that's tension. Can I trust tension? Ah! So no. Ah! No.
Some of my concerns with the roast that definitely came true was under roasting the coffee, which I think I did just a little bit. I don't think all my beans got to first crack, and I can't go back and really fix that at this point.
30 grams of coffee. I just need 30 grams of coffee. I currently have, from my first batch, 5 grams of coffee. Oh my god! Oh my god! This is so hard. You wanna know something really depressing? This works. This is like a powdered sugar sifter thing. Oh, that keeps happening.
From speaking with Holly, I know that like second crack isn't necessarily what people are going with. That's not the vibe anymore. So I tried to cut it right before, and I guess we'll find out. Fingers crossed.
I took classes, I read books about it. Trust my instincts, you know? Just follow it by ear, and then the way that it looked, and I was like, okay, this is my first crack, so I tracked that, and then I was like, okay, from there I'm gonna lower my temperature. So yeah. I will now carefully select the 30 grams of best beans from my tray. Shit.
The coffee professional, I probably should know more about roasting, but it's honestly just one of those things that has slipped me by. I feel like I learned a ton about what not to do. I have very big ideas, and then I end up having to settle for something much simpler because my ideas are too difficult to execute. This is a pattern in my life.
Hey there! Before we reveal the scores, we want to take a quick second to thank our wonderful video sponsors at BioCaf.
What happened to this guy? He died.
You don't say. What really happened to him?
Yeah, apparently the owner didn't use BioCaf not once in 5 years.
Say 5 years?
Dirty boy. Damn it!
Hey, will you keep
When
it
will
down?
people learn that
I
they
know,
need to?
but the family's standing right there.
Be respectful. I'm sorry. I'm really emotional on the subject.
Thanks, BioCaf. Okay, so our competitors have packed their coffees and shipped them to Lynn Butler right here in North Carolina. Hey, neighbor. So whose roast was the best? Let's find out.
So to score these amazing coffee, I was looking for something that really represented a washed Kenyan coffee. These baristas had to construct a roasting device, a roasting machine apparatus, something to roast the coffee. And that in itself is a big challenge. So 5th place, the problem was the coffee was underdeveloped. So I get like hay versus like caramel or chocolate. And I watched your video and it didn't quite work out and you had to improvise. 1 out of 5 is your score.
From now on, I'm probably just gonna let the roasting machine do the roasting. I probably won't try to do this again.
4th place was the opposite end of the spectrum from 5th place. You hit first crack, developed, and then I believe you hit second crack. So big shout out to LaCrista. You made 4th place. 3rd place, if we talk about the body of the coffee alone, this was superior to all of the roasts. Unfortunately, looking at the actual beans themselves, they were scorching. 3 out of 5 was your score, and big shout out to Paola. So second place was interesting. I believe you made it to first crack, and I think you may have stopped there. We needed maybe another 30 seconds to develop some more of those flavors. 2nd place, 4 out of 5 goes to Emily. So that leaves our winner, Ken. You made the best coffee. I believe your device was well thought out, and I think you did a really great job. You brought out some tart fruit, you brought out sweetness, and you balanced all of that with some nice chocolate notes. The sweetness and the bitterness from the coffee was amazing. So I gave you 5 points out of 5 for your roast. Good job.
I can't believe it. I mean, like, I never roasted before. I think all my colleagues are proud of me. And yes, I found that I could do roasting.
Big shout out to everyone. You all executed it very well. So good luck in the competition. Peace. 2 times.
And the first win of the season goes to Ken. Woo, woo. So my takeaway is coffee roasting is super hard. And I have even more respect for all coffee roasters out there. So well played, guys. That's it for this week. Special thanks to our awesome judge, Lynn Butler. Let us know below in the comments which roaster was your favorite. Next week, we're switching things up with the tea challenge. The baristas will taste mystery tea samples and try and guess their oxidation levels. So make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. See you then.